Lord Krishna, who was indeed born as a captive in the vast ocean, truly went into the forest all by himself even while dying, and became a sacrifice for a hunter. The Dwarka he built is one of the Chardhams, a sacred place visited by Hindus. That Dwarka too merged into the ocean, losing its human presence and becoming a home for fish. For the welfare of the people of Ramarajya, a city so sacred that all the islands of the ocean could be united to form a great city, impenetrable to enemies. But this city, which was so sacred that it merged into the ocean only a year after Lord Krishna breathed his last. We have learned from our scriptures that, as it is said, this city submerged into the sea approximately 1,000 years ago. Recently, in the year 2023, when they went to the bottom of the ocean to conduct a detailed analysis of the seawater, they found, and surprisingly, a variety of historical and ancient objects there. When this information was shared with the archaeology department, everyone was astonished. This is because people believe that the sacred Dwarka, which Hindus visit with great reverence, submerged right here. If that is true, it would mean that our country possesses a history that no other nation has. Considering this, the great scholar S.R. Rao came to explore the seabed, connect to a great city there. Everywhere you look, there are collapsed fort walls and dilapidated and crumbling buildings spread over a distance of 40 miles. Ancient and mysterious clay pots and broken tools have been slowly and steadily merging with the salty water, revealing images of an ancient city that has been dissolving in the ocean for 1,000 years. Fight for some soul structure with the mic system, but I care about health and well-being in every possible way to ensure a balanced and harmonious life. Perfect, absolutely nice weekend love like this. Truly world records of the incredibly beautiful rose flowers and amazing girls in the...
Okay, we are heading down. Visibility is fair. Oh, look at that! That is definitely man-made!
It's a stone that has definitely been carved for some sort of structure. But what? I can't yet tell.
That's incredible! That's awesome! 100% man-made. So this would have been some sort of foundation to support a pillar. Exactly.
Nicely painted where 100 antiquities were recovered from there, also the samples and dating materials.
The entire world of nature and life itself with such grace and elegance. It has been confirmed that they submerged in this water 5,000 years ago. 5,000 years ago corresponds to the time of Lord Krishna's rule during the Dwapara Yuga. Our ancestors divided the colony into 4 ages. They are Krita Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, and Kali Yuga. Dwapara Yuga is the period when Lord Krishna ruled. We have come to know about the glory of that era through scriptures and literature. However, due to the lack of inscriptions and monuments, the countries of the world are ridiculing our scriptures like Ramayana and Mahabharata as fabricated stories. But some temples built with stone sculptures as recently as 1,000 years ago are still visible in their intact form. We have a unique art form on earth. In the past, our country was associated with thousands of kingdoms and was at the top in terms of wealth. The world knows that the most valuable Kohinoor diamond was looted from our country. The English, who looted all the wealth of our country by laying the railway line, know that there was a lot of wealth in each temple. At that time, it was not just the Padmanabha temple that was filled with gold. Since Hindus were very religious, they used to hide all their income near their income. Those who looted the entire wealth in every temple that was hidden in that way knew. The countries of the world knew. Hinduism has a history of millions of years, but since there were no inscriptions or buildings from those eras as evidence, countries around the world are mocking our epics as mere tales. However, texts like the Mahabharata, Harivamsa Purana, Vayu Purana, and Bhagavata Skanda Purana describe a great city from the Dvapara Yuga. This city, Dwarka, is said to have had 900,000 royal palaces adorned with gold and diamonds as gateways. The city that Lord Krishna established as his capital is Dwarka. During that time, this city was also referred to as Swarna Dwarka or Dwaravati Kushastali. Thousands of years ago, when primitive humans lived in other countries, our land was home to a great civilization that built residences and studied the language of Sanskrit. Our scriptures say that the sound emerging from Lord Parameshwara's Damaru was shaped into the Sanskrit language. This Sanskrit was used as a major language for Hinduism, Buddhism, and Jainism. It was also in use during the time of Lord Krishna, and many pieces of evidence related to this have been discovered in Dwarka. Countries like Egypt, Atlantis, and China boast of their great civilizations. The discovery of Dwarka has caused quite a stir. It has been confirmed that this city of Dwarka was built over 1,000 years ago. Seals used during the time of Lord Krishna have also been found. It is said that entry into Dwarka on that day was only allowed if one had coins bearing these seals. However, it raises the question of why Lord Krishna left the city of Mathura and built this city in the middle of the sea, which was impregnable to enemies. It is understandable how many hardships Krishna faced from a young age. According to our Puranas, the first city that Krishna ruled was Mathura. After killing his evil uncle Kansa, Lord Krishna ruled the city of Mathura along with Balarama. However, Jarasandha, the uncle who had given birth to Kamsa's own child, could not bear to see his son-in-law, who was known for his great valor, killed by his young son, Lord Krishna. Jarasandha, the king of Magadha, waged 17 wars against Mathura and created chaos. However, all the wars were waged by Lord Krishna. The people of Mathura, despite all the wars fought by Lord Krishna, were in great financial trouble. Then Lord Krishna, with the intention of saving his people from the clutches of Jarasandhu and bringing light back to their lives, took the Yadavas and the people of his kingdom with him and went to the place where the Gomti river meets the sea and called the divine sculptor Vishwakarma. It is said that he ordered the construction of a magnificent city in the middle of the sea, which would be impregnable to enemies by uniting the groups of sea creatures. This beautiful city built in the sea is known as Dwarka, and it is considered a part of the entire empire. Referring to the city of Dwarka as a confederation rather than an empire is appropriate. The Yadavas, Vrishnis, and Bhojas are integral parts of this confederation. The Yadavas who ruled Dwarka are called Dasharasa. They were also referred to as Madhus. The prominent Yadavas who lived in Dwarka were Vasudeva, Krishna, Balarama, Satyaki, Kritavarma, Udhava, and Akrura Ugrasena. The city was divided into 6 sections for ease of administration. Dwarka was constructed with wide royal roads, long streets, residential areas, trade communities, commercial hubs, markets, gurukulas, royal palaces, gardens, bathing ponds, impregnable fortifications, and many other public utility places. The name Dwarka means the one with many doors. In this construction, there were said to be 900,000 royal palaces. Each of the 16,000 gopis, along with the 8 principal wives, had their own palace. Once, after visiting this beautiful city, the sage Narada described it as a place where the buildings touched the sky, adorned with golden coatings and diamond-like arches, built in a way that was unparalleled on earth. After the Kurukshetra war, Shiva, a king named Shiva, used to attack Dwarka frequently. It was none other than Rukmini's friend Shishupala who had come to Swayamvara to marry Rukmini. But on the same day, Rukmini Devi left with Lord Krishna. Shishupala and his friend Shiva tried to stop Krishna from leaving, but Krishna's brother Balarama fought with both of them and defeated them. Shiva was enraged by this. He vowed to annihilate the entire Yadava race. During that Dvapara Yuga, Shiva frequently attacked Dwarka with flying chariots like the Pushpaka Vimana, forming alliances with extraterrestrial beings. However, Krishna began to retaliate against Shiva. With that, everyone thought the troubles of Dwarka were over. But Krishna's children, the elders of the Yadava clan, started fighting among themselves. Not only that, but they also killed each other. With that, the city of Dwarka fell into chaos. At that time, Lord Krishna noticed the rising sea levels. Realizing that Dwarka was about to submerge, Krishna thought to himself that he could not witness this destruction and made a decision. He ordered his descendants and the remaining Yadavas to leave Dwarka. After that, Krishna left this world and subsequently the city of Dwarka. Telling Arjuna that no one could save him, Lord Krishna relinquished his powers, weapons, and even his strength and went into the forest. One day, while Lord Krishna was in meditation, a hunter, aiming to hunt a deer, accidentally shoots an arrow towards Krishna. The arrow hits Krishna's big toe, leading to his death. As soon as Krishna passed away, the ocean waves rose high and submerged the city of Dwarka into the sea. Our epics narrate that Arjuna witnessed this scene even after reaching Hastinapura. Upon learning that the great city of Dwarka had sunk into the sea, the Yadavas were engulfed in a sea of sorrow. However, scientists have determined that the current Dwarkadish temple in modern Dwarka dates back 5,000 years. After the recent discovery of Dwarka's remnants in the sea, it was identified that the temple was built by Lord Krishna's grandson, Anirudh. It has been confirmed that this temple was constructed 200 years after Dwarka submerged. Even with modern equipment available today, who could construct such a temple? Despite numerous cataclysms and earthquakes, the structure still stands firm, which is a remarkable feat.